few years ago we were visiting some friends who had a dog. And obviously they would call the dog by name, the dog would come and do its thing. For some reason I thought it would be funny to try and see if the dog would respond to other names, because obviously dogs don't speak English. And so I tried to mimic the way that they called the dog, the tone of voice people use. And used some other names for the dog, some humorous names, and the dog did respond. Not every time, because I wasn't the dog's master, but it did respond sometimes. Why am I talking about this? Because in our Walking with God series this week, we're thinking about listening to God. And Jesus speaks about in terms of sheep, and sheep knowing their master's voice. He says they don't go with a stranger because they don't know his voice, but sheep of his fold, those who have responded, those who believe in Jesus, know his voice. He is the Good Shepherd. It's the amazing thing that we can hear God. We know he speaks to us through his word and in other ways, and he leads us. So often though, we don't stop to listen, do we? And we only really try and listen, maybe it's just me, when we want some direct guidance. We're facing a decision we can't make on our own. We think, oh, but let's see what God says about this, which is the right thing to do. But actually what God says is so much broader than just helping us with specific decisions we have to make. He speaks words of life. He speaks words of hope, words of direction. The Bible is there for us to use. Are we going to listen? Are we going to make time? So often our lives are so noisy. We live in a noisy world. Sometimes we can't hear because the noise is too much. Think of the story of Elijah, the prophet. He was feeling burnt out and exhausted, hiding in the cave. And God wasn't in the earthquake and the wind, but he was in the still small voice. May we learn to listen to God and discern his voice, today and in the days ahead. That's our midweek thought. Back on this channel 5 p.m. Sunday for worship, or you can join us in the building 10:30 on a Sunday, but do book in advance if you'd like to come. Keep in touch and God bless.